they pretty much are taking up for him when they knew the truth the whole damn time.
You don't just wake up and be 30 years old and decide to do this. This is something, it's a mental illness. I'm like, I don't give a fuck that he did. Give his ass 100. Because
we heard Warren say he was seeing him mess with these underage girls. This is something he's seen. He knew this. Right. He knew he was doing it. So regardless if they had enough evidence to convict him of the 9-year-old, they knew what was going on the whole time. Big Business Podcast. Yes, sir. We are back in the lab, and we want to revisit a story that we presented to you guys a few days ago, maybe a week ago. Can't remember exactly how long. That don't matter, but we here to make some corrections that was made in that video. And I think it was a lot that caused confusion listening to Baby Bash. Yes. And when a mistake is made here on Big Business, we gonna correct it. We gotta correct it. So that's what we here for, man. We want to talk about the situation with the 9-year-old versus the 13-year-old. And come to find out, the 13-year-old girl, that situation happened back in 93. Yeah. And the 9-year-old situation happened, was it 2001? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, 2001, aggravated assault. He was 31 at the time of that. 93 case, 13-year-old, he was 23 with that.
Yeah, and we heard Baby Bash say several times that the 13-year-old girl was a stripper. And, you know, we found a Facebook post from SPM saying that was not true. She became a stripper.
Later on.
Yeah, later on when she became old enough. Not at the age of 13. Let's just go ahead and correct that right now.
Yeah, and actually the post, I got the post right here. This is Free SPM Movement, July 8th, 2013. I know you're not going to be able to see it, but I ain't. Anyway, scroll back on that Free SPM Movement Facebook page. And it says, SPM says, I keep hearing things about Jill being a stripper when I met her, but I've never said that, and I doubt it's true. She became a stripper later on in life, and maybe that's where the confusion came about. I met her through a friend named MC Free. He and I were in a rap group back in 93, 94. I would go to his house in Denver Harbor, neighborhood in Houston, and we would work on songs. One night some chicks called his house and wanted to chill. It was Jill, her sister, and some other chick. To me, Jill was just a girl from Pasadena who would spend the night every now and again. She knew I had a girlfriend, and she told me about a boyfriend she had in the Army. She had a picture of him. He was some black dude in a military uniform. Jill lived with her parents, but she came and went as she pleased. So, of course, I thought she was of age. I was having sex with her, not giving a damn if she got pregnant. I might have been smoking fry back then, but you'd have to be fucking insane to not care about going to prison for impregnating an underage girl. I later found out that she was one of those females infatuated with having a baby, and she found the perfect dumbass to help her out. That was July 8th of 2013 that he wrote that on the Free SPM Movement. And when I screenshotted this, it had 187 likes, 25 comments, and 10 shares.
I think that's just honesty. You know, he's already serving time. Mm-hmm. You know, you might as well go ahead and put it out there. I mean, he's not getting out for another 22 years. So I'm only saying that because some people may say, well, how do you know you can believe him? How do you know he's telling the truth? Well, he's admitting to sleeping with a goddamn 13-year-old.
Yeah, that doesn't help his case. Him saying
it doesn't help.
It doesn't help. At all. And This goes to Baby Bash. I wish we had a donkey of the day. What do we got for Baby Bash to play in here? Baby Bash.
If you take your top lip and connect it to your bottom lip, you will shut the fuck up.
And I got one. I got one for Juan Gotti.
I should knock the shit out of this motherfucker right now.
These two motherfuckers right here, man. And see, this is part of the problem because we're having to do this video because we played the initial story, we played DJ Vlad, and listen to Baby Bash sit up on that thing and say a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, he did.
And we went to digging ourselves. Mind you, I brought this case to Boss to talk about, so I should have did the digging. That's my fault as far as that. That's my bad on that part. Players fuck up. We just said that shit. But Baby Bash, one more time.
I should knock the shit out of this motherfucker right now.
I just had to get that out.
No, you good because and we later on we found out after doing a little bit more research that they pretty much are taking up for him when they knew the truth the whole damn time. You know, when we heard that from Warren, haven't heard no stories. I haven't seen another interview with Baby Bash trying to correct any goddamn thing, but we heard it from his partner. And I found out that they all signed on the same label, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
For Juan Gotti to come months, 8 months ago and just come on his little tirade talking about I was protecting him and I was doing this and I was doing that. But then his son, I guess SPM son said some shit about Juan Gotti, and that's, where, okay, now you saying this about me, now I'm gonna say this about your daddy. Now I'm coming out about the shit. He was touching kids the whole time. Like, fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, that make you a cornball, a pussy, a square, a lame, because regardless of the position you played with SPM, as you said you was living in his warehouse or some shit, you didn't want to say nothing. I didn't want to check SPM. No, a grown man, a real man's gonna check. It don't matter if we friends, you my boss, I don't give a shit. If you see some shitbag things going on, like making babies with a 13-year-old, bro, come on, man. You check that shit, bro.
At the door.
You a pussy, bro. You a pussy to me. And I don't mean that. I mean that in the most disrespectful, non-disrespectful way I can say it, because it's the truth. I'm gonna play that shit out.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of things as far as, the wife, the daughter statement whenever, he got denied parole in January 2024. The wife, I guess she knew him for a while, but she was, as a wife, I guess should do, is, very tight-lipped about it and basically saying that there's no evidence and railroaded him and all of this stuff. So,
and just one thing that really stands out that bothers me is you was trying to protect SPM. You forgot about there was a real victim in this story, and that was the 9-year-old girl, man. 9 years old, bro. You out here trying to deflect so nobody would look at him. You talking about you didn't want to say anything bad about him when he was already convicted. But what about the 9-year-old family, bro? Huh?
Well, I mean, I guess when it comes to the 9-year-old, what it looks like, the 9-year-old, like they basically didn't have nothing for the 9-year-old, I guess. When it comes to evidence, and the 9-year-old, I guess, said that it didn't happen. That's what I'm hearing from some people. He went to county jail, and it says the incident occurred on Labor Day weekend earlier that month. And that's just where it ended. Like, and then it says 2 more charges followed March 2002 of the 14-year-old girl. And that's where it goes. So it's like that second one, the undeniable fact of him having impregnated a 14-year-old, after you get arrested go to county jail, posted bail, and another case come back 10 years later. And with that, it's like, why are you taking this to trial? I think that.
Let's also think about this. I get where you're going at, because like now you're challenging the state or whoever. The best thing to do is go ahead and take a plea. Yeah, I'll do this 10 years. But when we heard Warren say he was seeing him mess with these underage girls. This is something he's seen. He knew this.
Right.
He knew he was doing it. So regardless if they had enough evidence to convict him of the 9-year-old, we knew, or they knew, what was going on the whole time. So it ain't like the state made a mistake by locking him up for this time. Now, 45 years, that's a long ass time. I do agree on that.
Yeah.
But I don't know the evidence from. I just don't understand. I don't know if you can actually use the evidence of the fact that he had a baby from a 13-year-old with the newer case that happened in 2001 to convict him when you're lacking evidence to convict him for this particular case. And that's what it seemed like they did.
Right. And I'll tell you what, that's one hell of a character witness, is a baby with a 14-year-old. I mean, what more do you want, type of thing. It says court trial, SPM trial began May 2002 when the mother of the 9-year-old testified that her daughter left a sleepover because of abuse. That's what the mother said. The next day, the girl who claimed to have had insomnia testified that court. So,
I mean, regardless, bro, he's where he's at for his wrongdoing. Now, should he have gotten 45 years? What you think on the time frame?
Yeah, 45 years. You know, when it comes to the time frame, with all the facts in front of me, I don't care that he's doing 45 years. He's doing 45 years. You had a baby with a 14-year-old. Do the 45. Get out of here. Like I'm just, I hate to be like that, but yeah, it does. You got murderers who get less time than that. Rapists who get less time than that.
He's a predator, bro.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Go back to 93, then up to 2001, 2002. You're still doing the same thing, bro. That's a predator. That's a sickness, bro.
It was a 10-day trial. They said, yeah. You know, that's the thing. 45 years, you know, it could have been less maybe, but I don't even want that to come out of my mouth because of the facts.
Right.
So,
yeah, you shouldn't be messing with no kids, man. Like I said in the last video, you're a rap star. I'm pretty sure you had several grown women want to, give it up to you, bro. You messing with youngsters. Come on, man.
There's an SPM documentary, and in part of this documentary, he was talking about his childhood, in which he talked about, when he dropped out of school. And there was one point that really stood out where he said something to the fact, this is not verbatim, but he said something to the fact of, he dropped out. I can't remember his 9th or 10th grade. He was like, man, lucky I did drop out because I would have fucked all of them young little bitches. Or some shit he said in that motherfucker. I was like, what? Like, and that's the thing. You don't just start this shit overnight. You don't do this shit overnight. You don't just wake up and be 30 years old and decide to do this. This is something it's more of a deep-seated thing.
It's a sickness. It's a sickness.
Yeah, it's a mental illness type of thing. So when it comes to the 45 year, that's why I'm like, I don't give a fuck that he did. Give his ass 100. Because it's too much. That's just how I feel. It's just too much that's on the table for me to have sympathy for him in any form of fashion. And I you know. So.
Yeah, because like I said, if you was doing it in 93
Yes.
and you got away with it, you know, they put you in jail, you got out. And then 10 years later, there's some more allegations about you doing it again from 93 to 2001 to 2002. How many more have you done this to that we just don't know about?
We just don't know. Right. Because you're SPM. And, you know, the same, you can maybe say the same for R. Kelly. You know, as far as the ones we don't know about. We know about this one on this Surviving R. Kelly. But what about the one we don't know about? Like, this is actually a sickness. This is a mental illness we're talking about. So.
Yeah, and I think R. Kelly is where the fuck he's supposed to be too.
Right.
This ain't got nothing to do with race. This got to do with humanity and having morals. And when it comes to morals and you having a sickness, I think morals, you have none because you can't get that sickness out of here. You want it, you got to have it. And that's just what you like. You can't help it. So we only have one place for y'all to be at. And that's what both of y'all at right now.
Yeah, it's shit wild. Shit is wild. But we just wanted to come back, clear a couple things up, dive a little further. Of course, it's not our intention to put false information out there at all, because I have no horse in this race. So yeah.
We different. But just understand people make mistakes. And we here to clear it up. So hopefully y'all see we did not intentionally do that. So
right. Anyway, that's Boss. I'm YJ. This is Big Business with Boss and YJ. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Yeah.
Big Business Podcast.